Hey, listen, what an honor to be here. And let me tell you, dreams and goals do come true. One of the items that we have on our bucket list was to speak at the general session of the convention, and look at us now. Not only am I here, but I'm here with my beautiful family. And by the way, let me introduce them. Here we have my amazing wife, Yvonne, the love of my life, my bride of 35 years. Love her now more than the day we met. As a matter of fact, she's getting prettier and prettier every day. I can't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow she'll be prettier than she is today. All right? But let me tell you how this whole thing started. And by the way, let me introduce, and then we have my oldest son, Jason, and his beautiful wife, Jackie, both RVPs, ring earners. They have blessed us with little Presley, our 2-year-old, the joy of my life. And then we also have Eric and his gorgeous wife, Bryn. They say we look alike. I don't know about that. But I'm telling you, they have also blessed us with a little 3-month-old little Roman. This guy's a triple stud. He's my future fishing partner. All right? So let me tell you how this whole thing started. 27 years ago, Yvonne and I, we served in the military. We're both officers. All right? We serve our country. I used to fly helicopters. She used to jump out of them. All right? And we loved it. We loved serving our country. But the deployments were taking a toll on our family. So we decided to leave in 1992, and we moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Why Atlanta? The opportunity. Everything was happening in Atlanta. Super Bowl was coming in town. The Olympics were coming in town. This is a place to be. We came here and we put out hundreds of resumes and didn't receive an answer. And then I answered an ad in the Atlanta paper. Sounds familiar? And I went for an interview. And it was a cash collection agency paying $900 a month. I was so disappointed as I walked out that door. I got a little bit disoriented, and instead of going right to the parking lot, I went left. God is good. And I saw a Primerica office. And I remember a friend of mine in Panama who said, Ed, whenever you come across a Primerica office, go check them out. They got some great investment. I walked in the door, RVP of that office, gentleman by the name of Ward Peters, who happens to be Rusty Crossland's first-generation RVP, looked at me as I'm walking in and said, hey, are you here for an opportunity? Are you here interested in making some serious money, being your own boss, having your own business, being financially free, financially independent? And I looked at him and I said, what you got? And he put me into a daytime opportunity meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning. Unbelievable. And I fell in love with Primerica. I said, man, this is unbelievable. It blew me away. To this day, it still blows me away what we do. The company, what we do for families, the compensation, everything. I was so excited I went home and I talked to my boss. And I talked to Yvonne and I said, babe, I don't know what I walked into, but if this thing turns out the way I think it is, we got a shot at becoming wealthy. And she said, doing what? And I said, I don't know. It just feels good. Why don't you come with me? Tell me if you see what I see. And I brought her over the next day. And I said, Ward, show Yvonne what you showed me. And he did. Yvonne, this is who we are, what we do, how we do things, how we grow, how we build, And my wife fell in love with the Primerica Crusade. And this is the type of lady she is. She looked at him, she looked at me, and she said, Ed, let's both do this. We got nothing to lose. What if it works? If it doesn't work, we go find another job. But if we don't give it a shot, we'll probably be wondering for the rest of our lives, man, what if that thing would have worked out? And that's when we linked arms and we looked at each other in the eyes and we made a decision to build a family business. And there's only 4 things we did. Number 1, we made a decision, hey, we're going to show up. We're going to show up to work. We got to do this thing. We're going to show up. Number 2, we said, we got to be consistent. Hey, we got to be consistent every day. If we're going to make calls, let's make calls every day. If we're going to be talking to people, let's talk to people every day. And we kept on doing that. And then we said, hey, listen, we got to be coachable. And I said, I want what these leaders have. I want what our Williams have, what our leaders have. They got a great spiritual life. They got a great family life. They got a great business life. And I said, that's what I want. And I made a commitment to go to work hard. Just like Jason and Eric says, hey, work hard feels good. And we went to work. And let me tell you a little bit about Ward. Hey, listen, not only he shared Primerica with me, but I appreciate him so much because he's the one who led me to the Lord. Ain't that something? Which means a great deal for me. All right? But we went to work, guys. We went to work, and I made a commitment. I made a strong commitment to my awesome God and to myself that I'm going to build a family business, that I would take a no from anybody before I gave a no to my family.
All right, all right. Guys, I never saw my parents struggling, right? But I did see them never give up. And as we watch them each and every day, your kids are watching you. They're watching you and they're studying you, trust me. But I do remember the first time I saw them competing, and they continually compete from that day forward. It was in the early 90s, Primerica announced a trip to Disney, right? Jason and I, we were 7 and 9 at the time. We were so excited. We asked our parents, hey, Dad, Mom, are we going to Disney? My dad gave me that look. He was hesitant. All right, he said, Papa, we're going to go for it. All right? And with one look and one statement, I told him, hey, Dad, listen, you can do it. You can do it. You got this. All right? And the minute I say that, I knew we woke up some giants. All right? Because the very next day, they went to work, actual work. All right? They, in the beginning, they missed out on some football games. They missed out on some games. They missed out on some school activities, some pickups, some drop-offs. All right? But we knew that this was going to be temporary. Right? We knew that it was going to be worth it. Right? And as months went on, they kept competing, they kept working, they kept staying up late, right? And showing up early, right? And at the end of the competition, right, we get a call, right? At the very end of the competition, we get a call from Nancy Nile at the home office, right? Speakerphone. And she said, hey, Eric, Jason, you guys are going to Disney. All right? You guys made it. All right? Jason and I were so excited that we started packing right then and there for a trip in 3 months, right? Guys, it was an incredible experience, but that trip taught us many things. It taught us to have goals, all right, and to commit to your goals. It taught us to have, to be committed to your family, to your loved ones, all right? But most importantly, it taught us that words can break people down, right? They can also build people up as well, too, all right? So use your words kindly, use your words professionally. And then finally, guys, it showed us how proud we are to be Primerica kids. All right, being fathers now, all right, is so awesome. Raising Primerica kids as well, too. All right, but more importantly, we are so proud to be Ed and Yvonne Ortiz's kids. All right, the reason why, guys, because without them, this wouldn't be possible. All right, this wouldn't be possible. Guys, you are writing a book that you write all the chapters in. All right, your life is a book that you write all the chapters in, and it's ultimately up to you to make sure someone wants to read it when you're gone. Right? Our foundation has been set. All right, now it's up to us to continue this legacy.
To whom much is given, much is required. You know, we fast forward to our 18th birthday, and I remember the day like it was yesterday. Parents at the time, senior vice presidents, $250,000 earners, senior leadership council committee, and I surely thought this birthday was gonna be ridiculous. All my friends were getting new cars, big trucks, right? And I thought this was the day that I was finally gonna get mine as well. My parents had different plans though. That day, for my birthday gift, I got my very own IBA, solution number AYCV9, baby. The good thing about that is I knew exactly what I was gonna give Eric for his 18th birthday as well. And so I remembered at the time, right, all these guys that were getting amazing cars. The interesting thing about it is today, they no longer have those cars. My parents had the foresight, and they gave me a vehicle that still runs strong and will last for generations to come. But it wasn't always like that. Eric and I didn't always take advantage of the opportunity. Like most of you guys, we worked in corporate America. We walked into an office filled with cubicles where we worked with people that we didn't know, and we worked tireless hours building somebody else's dream. Today, you walk in an office, or we walk in an office, and the first door to the left is our moms. And the first person we get to see is mom. She greets us with a hug and a kiss. I'm telling you, there's no better way to start your day with a hug and a kiss from your mama. To the left of that is Eric and Bryn's office. We typically start our day off exchanging pictures of our awesome kids and talking about what amazing things they picked up from the day before. Down the hall is Dad's office, and right after that is an office where I get to share with my beautiful wife, Jackie. Everybody else in our office have become friends and become family, and we grind it out every single day. Shout out to the aviator hierarchy, man. And so, but you see, guys, at 18, if they would have told us, if they would have told me, listen, work hard, stay consistent, I could never have imagined that by the time at 34, we would amass hundreds of clients, have hundreds of millions of dollars of life insurance in force, have millions of dollars of assets under management, be a fully licensed regional vice president with the largest financial services company in the world. Who would have believed them? They believed it. And once you guys realize that, like most of you guys are doing here this weekend, you're not gonna take it for granted, you're gonna get to work. Dare to dream, guys. Get to work and seize that dream for you and your family.
Let's go.
I love it when he says, dare to dream, because it just feels like it was just yesterday when Egg walked into the house on a very small apartment that we had here in Riverdale, Georgia, and he started talking all these stuff that I couldn't understand what he was saying because he was so excited about it. But he did do something extremely good. He asked me to join him and go into an office the next day so that they could explain to me something that he had seen that he was not able to explain to me. When I show up at the office and they explain to me the Primerica story, I got super excited about it, but I got super excited about one little phrase when they told me, you guys can build a family business. You got to understand, we were in the military before we came into Primerica, and we knew the sacrifices that it takes on your family when you're in the military. I remember Jason was only a few weeks old when Ed was called to aviation school, and he left and he didn't come back until Jason was over a year old. There was no Facebook, no phones, no nothing. He missed a whole year of his life, but we didn't want to continue like that. And when they say you can build a family life, that was important to us. Somebody yesterday asked me, how did you guys stay focused during those tough times that it takes to build your business? And I'm telling you, the answer is very simple. You just got to have a picture in front of you of what is important to you. Just like I had the picture of my two babies, my two sons, 5 and 7, and I knew that every time that we spoke to somebody and that person or that whatever said no to us, the fact that they say no, it did not change at all the promises we made to the guys that we were going to deliver big for them. I tell you that this in here does not happen by accident. It takes hard work, it takes commitment, it takes dedication, and it also takes the help of many mentors and people like the ones that I have too many to mention. But Rusty, forever I will be eternally thankful for you for being there for our family every time we needed you. I'm telling you guys, there is in the book of life, I mean, we have accomplished so many things, but there is one thing that personally I feel that is my greatest accomplishment, and that is found in Proverbs 31. And it says this, and it talks about this lady, that she is just a great lady, but it says, she watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness, Her children arise and call her blessed, and her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. I did not like the struggles, but I enjoy and I love the fruits of our hard labor. Dare to dream, guys. Dare to dream, because the picture was painted to us 27 years ago. And they say, if you work hard and you don't give up, one day you're going to build a family business. This in here, guys, is a product of that, of not quitting and allowing your children to see you go fight. Because now I get the privilege to see them go fight for their families like Ed fought for ours. And that can happen to you, so go deliver for your families. God bless you all. Woo.